Two-car comparison, 2023 Acura RDX tech package compared to the 2023 Acura MDX package. And we're going to be talking about the exteriors, the interiors, and specs about this car, but a quick snap of the outside and the inside. Let's go ahead and show you guys the differences between both these cars. So as mentioned, here at Vagabond Builds, we are going to be talking about two different cars, and this to my right is the Acura MDX 2023 tech package, with the one to my left is the 2023 Acura RDX tech package. And we're gonna be talking about that in this video. But before we even start, I got two buttons for you guys to push. If you guys do like our content, tap that like button and subscribe to our channel, because we truly appreciate your guys' help and support here at Vagabond Builds. A special shout out to Nilo Acura here at the Roseville Auto Mall in Roseville, California, for providing us both these beautiful cars for this review. Now, if you do got something for us to film, here's our email below. Email us and we can talk details later. And stay tuned, keep watching. We're gonna be dropping the window stickers or the MSRP stickers to these cars, so you guys get an exact idea of the price tag and the exact stuff that come on these cars. Now let's go ahead and talk Acura. So now kicking this review off with some specs between both cars. Now let's start off with the right. The 2023 Acura MDX with a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine, everybody. Now shout out to Acura for keeping that naturally aspirated, because we see a lot of turbo induced motors coming in on the market. But it comes 290 horsepower, 267 foot-pounds of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission. This exact car comes SH all-wheel drive with MPG, 19 city, 25 highway, and a 21 combined. Now, if we shoot over to the RDX is a 2.0 liter four-cylinder turbo VTEC with direct injection motor or engine, 272 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission, also a SH all-wheel drive. A little bit about the MPG is 21 city, 27 highway, and a 23 combined, everybody. So remember, the RDX has the 2.0 turbo, to where a lot of people aren't liking the turbo systems, but let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Some people actually like it because they get a little bit more kick and more specs to upgrade the engine if they'd like. To where this is a 3.5 liter VTEC naturally aspirated, which I personally am more of a fan of the naturally aspirated. But now let's shut the hoods and talk front ends, everybody. So being both tech packages, so we're doing the comparison mainly between the MDX and the RDX, both tech packages. We see that front bumpers do both come with the bumper sensors, dual eye LED headlights on both. Now you're gonna get some similarities. They do look the same, kind of where the grille area is with the Acura emblems and the bumper sensors. Kind of little brother over to the big brother idea, where you still have the cuts here in the bumper. Same idea here. Lower grills, a little bit more character on the lower part of the RDX, to where this is a little bit more simplified on the MDX on the lower grill, everybody. You do not have the front camera systems on the tech packages. Take that into consideration, with no fog lights, everybody, but you kind of have the area and the cuts for the fog lights, okay? So let's come over to the side. Coming over to the side, what do we see that's different from the MDX over to the RDX? No wheel well trims, okay? The MDX comes with wheel well trim, to where the RDX is just a simple fender. If we drop down from here, you have some 20-inch rims on this, bicolor in the gunmetal gray with the machine surface silver, and they're running Bridgestone's Alenza's Sport AS's. So that's the tire that they're running on the 20s. And if we look here on the RDX, they're running the Continental's contacts, and they're running 19 inches. That's the tire for the rim. Same idea with the bicolor or the dual color rim in that kind of gunmetal gray with the machine surfaced silver on the front. Continuing on over to the side mirrors, they do come with blind spot information, integrated lighting, also with heated and power foldable because of the tech packages, okay? So both are pretty similar. Now, check out the angles in the cuts. I want you guys to pay attention also to the difference in the look, right? The body. You have like moldings here kind of coming in and integrating with the side mirror to where here's just a little bit more simplified, straight to the point. Now, on the sides, if we drop down, chrome trim and that matte black plastic coming in over from the wheel well on the MDX, but the RDX just kind of has that matte black plastic trim on the bottom that does not connect to any wheel well trims. Keyless fob entries on both cars. Now, not to forget to mention, if you come towards the rear and take a look at the size differences, I'd like to mention to you guys, if you guys get an idea, on the RDX, you have the length, which is 187 inches, the width, which is 75 inches, and the height, which is 66 inches. Compared to the MDX is 198 inches on length, 76 inches on width, and 67 inches on height, everybody. So that's the differences in, I would say, size of both vehicles, okay? Now coming over to the rear, they both have LED tail lights with the halogen signal lighting. Just make sure to give you guys the right information. But get a load, you see a little bit more difference here in the rear ends, okay? Look at the shape of the tail light, all right, compared to the shape on the MDX, all right? Let us know which one you like better. Personally, I like the MDX tail light a little bit better, a little bit more exquisite, kind of a classier look. Both do come with the rear bumper sensors, and both do come with the dual tip exhaust systems, right? Parking reflectors are slightly in different places compared to the MDX. Like I said, a little bit more classier, simplified look on the MDX, a little more richer feel, okay? Now, towing capacities is about 1,500 pounds of towing capacity on the RDX, to where the MDX gets 3,500 over to 5,000 pounds of towing capacity when properly equipped. Now let's go ahead and pop open these tailgates. Now, before we pop open these tailgates, I want to mention something, is that the RDX comes with the rear camera washer system, so that's pretty cool. So if it gets dirty, you kind of just spray off the camera, and also the fluid little spray here for that rear glass, okay? Up top, parking spoiler with the integrated brake lighting. Now, in similarity to the water spray nozzle for the back glass and the rear camera washer on the MDX, so both are similar in that perspective. Now let's go ahead and open the tailgates to both, and let's talk some cargo space. Now, cargo space on the RDX, 30 cubic feet with the seats up and 59 cubic feet with the seats down, everybody. Compared to the MDX with the third row seats up, 16 cubic feet. If you drop the third row seats down, you get 39 cubic feet. And then if you drop the second row seats down, you get a full 71 cubic feet of space. Now let me go ahead and show you guys that. Pull that lever, drop that, and then of course you increase space in cubic feet for your luggages and things of that sort. You drop the second row and you get even more, up to 71 cubic feet. Let's go ahead and show you guys a little bit about the car under the mat. It does come with a spare tire. A lot of people ask me about spare tires. Some hooks, cubby room here on the left, power outlet, 12 volt, with some little grocery hooks too, all right? Now let's go ahead and show you guys a little bit about the RDX. RDX, some cubby room here with your levers to drop those second row seats down, right? Here, subwoofer for the ELS 12 speaker system. They both come with the 12 speaker ELS premium sound system because of the tech package. Now, this does come with a spare tire also. The RDX, it comes under the car instead of inside the cabin. I wanted to just show you guys some more cubby room and your tire situation right under that cap, all right? Now, pretty much done talking about exterior differences and some cargo room. Let's go ahead and jump inside both these interiors and show you guys the insides. Now, before we even start talking about these beautiful cars on the interior, I just want to name off the main differences from the MDX. We're sitting in the RDX now, okay, the 2023 RDX, and we're gonna show you the main differences. The dynamic mode, if we go ahead and shift through settings, you get snow, comfort, normal, and sport, where the MDX gets an extra setting, which is an individual setting, okay? Also, if we come over to the cluster is manual here with a slight digital option in the middle, right? And you can go through the info cards, to where the MDX has a full digital cluster, giving it more of a techie feel inside the car. The dimmable buttons are in different spots for your dashboard lighting. Here on the RDX, to your right of your steering column, and on the MDX, it's over to the left on this little control unit pad. One extra driver seat setting on the MDX, okay, to where the RDX just gets 2, right? The MDX has 3. Now, what the MDX does not have is those beautiful Acura door sill plates, right? To where the RDX does come equipped with those Acura door sill plates. Now, also the ambient lighting in this car is phenomenal. You get ambient lighting all over, and you can control that. But also something right off the bat, of course, majority of people would know, is that the RDX comes 5 seats and the MDX comes 7 seats, okay? So you will be seeing that different, of course, and then we see that in the length of the car and also the size, all right? But let's bring the RDX to you. 2023 RDX tech package, beautiful look on the ALS 12 speaker sound system, like I mentioned in the back when we were talking about the cargo space. That nice kind of cream leather coming together with the ambient lighting, the black dashboard, and the hyper silver inlay trims just gives it a nice rich feel. I'm a fan of the white on the cream interior, always been kind of an iconic duo. But guys, I'm going to let you know, it's just a nice, beautiful car for a kind of compact SUV look, all right? And of course, you get the Acura reliability coming in from the Honda, you know, because Acura is just the more expensive version of Honda. But control units for your windows. Right under that, you get some more personal pocket space or a cup holder space here. On the left-hand side, on that little control unit, you get your safety support button, your parking button, parking sensors button, your traction control, brake hold, and your parking brakes button here. Steering wheel is wrapped in that black leather, black stitching. Controls for your front cluster here on the right and left as usual. Paddle shifters and your control units for your lighting and your windshield wipers, okay? Up top, this is not touch sensitive. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, because a lot of people are wanting Acura to make their infotainment screens touch sensitive. You control that by here, and it is very sensitive. Being the tech package, you get the navigation. All right, toggle switch, dynamic mode, button switch with your dual climate controls. You can sync those dual climate controls with heated seats integrated into the front seats. Leather, let's take a look at the leather seats. Perforated leather inserts in the middle with that flat leather look in the same color stitching, or more like an off-white color stitching. Very nice, rich feel. Not sporty, a little bit more kind of luxurious feel. In front, you have the button for your glove compartment look. And not to forget to mention the piano black trim around the car coming together. Just liking the character that Acura puts in this car. Both cars come with the panoramic glass over to the second row seating, tilt and slide sunroof option. So you do see that in both cars with the true light lighting. Now, coming down from here over to under here, the bridge, both do come, the MDX and the RDX come with wireless charging pads, 12-volt outlet, USB-C plug-in here, okay? Ambient lighting is under this bridge also. So ambient lighting all over the RDX. Slide that option, USB-A plug-in with your cup holders and some more cubby room, just simplified cubby room right here on the center console. Now we're pretty much done with the front side of the RDX. Let's go ahead and show you the second row seating. Second row seating in the Acura RDX 2023. Car seat compatibility, liking the fact that Acura did not simplify their second row seating, kept it the same look from the front over to the back. Now, let me go ahead and show you kind of some minor differences from the RDX over to the MDX. If we go ahead and look at the rear side of the center console and USB-C plugins on the RDX, but the MDX gets the USB-A plugins with the 12-volt outlet right next to it, to where the RDX doesn't have the 12-volt or the USB-A's back here. In front of the bench, pockets on both the MDX and the RDX, also along with both seats. You get an armrest in the RDX, okay, because the MDX is a bench seat. You can remove the middle seat from the MDX, making it a little aisleway. We'll show you that later on in the video, but that's something slightly different. Now, space test, I'm about 6 feet 2 inches, okay? So legroom is there and head clearance is completely there for us tall people. So for a long road trip, I would say this is a check, right? We can drop these back seats from a lever here, not just also from the back, but this lever right here will drop this back seat. Another thing to mention that's different from the tech packages from the MDX to the RDX does not get the second row sunshades on the back windows. Okay, I'm going to show you guys that in the MDX, to where the MDX has the little sunshades. You can pull them up and block the sun out. But overall, you got the speaker system cover and that silver and leather and the same look kind of coming over from the front to the back. Now we're done with this RDX. Let's go ahead and show you guys the MDX. Now, of course, we get a different look in the 2023 Acura MDX because it's the full-size SUV, 7 seats. Now, remember I was telling you guys about the full digital cluster. I am a huge fan of the full digital cluster. It's giving you that more richer, techie feel. The left-hand side of this electric steering column, so the MDX has the electric steering column, to where the RDX is a manual steering column. Here, your auto dim or your dimmable lighting button is on the left-hand side, along with all the same buttons that you get on the RDX in just a different format. Parking brake button is right under that. Over to the door, you get that extra memory seating button on the driver's seat, and your ambient lighting is slightly different locations on the MDX. But your control units to your windows and your side mirrors and your automatic foldable side mirrors are still in the same place, with some more cup holding space or cubby space down on the bottom of that door panel. Now, colors, piano black, the hyper silver, the cream. We wanted to try to kind of match it up so you guys can compare as much as possible to the simulators of the tech package from the RDX to the MDX, but get a load of the classy feel inside this car. Acura, shout out to them for doing a great job on their SUVs. Now, you do your climate controls here in the middle, heated seating. Now, those are, of course, different positions or different spots compared to the RDX. Your dashboard looks different, being a smaller dashboard. Toggle switch, same look on the toggle switch. Pop this up, USB-C, USB-A plug-in. Brake hold button with your engine on and off button. Your control unit for your non-touch sensitive infotainment screen. Let us know what you guys think about that. A lot of people want Acura to switch over to touch sensitive. I am a fan of the touch sensitive, and we'll see it when they bring that out, if they do. The wireless charging pad is here instead of here on the RDX. The RDX does have kind of a bridge. Remember, I was showing you guys that. But here you have a 12-volt outlet with no bridge, all right? Wireless charging pad on the RDX is under the bridge, to where here. And I would say the MDX is a little bit more convenient because you kind of just tap your phone, look at your messages. You're not supposed to be doing that while you're driving, so take that into consideration. Cup holders, nice and big cup holders. Shout out to Acura for those, because we love our drinks with us. Popping up the cubby room. USB-A plug-in, 12-volt outlet with some more cubby space for personal belongings. Your dynamic mode, forgot to mention, that is individual. If I wanted, you get the same 4, snow, comfort, normal, sport. But if I wanted to make it a individual mode, you would press the dynamic button or the knob, and it will give you the individual mode setting, okay? So that's also an option. Coming up to the top, same glass like I mentioned. That's similar to the tilt and slide option, panoramic glass over to the second row seating. Your true light lighting, very nice lighting inside the Acura MDX along with the RDX, guys. Now, you will see similarities in both and some differences or looks and all that good stuff, but we're just bringing you guys these cars to let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and talk second row seating. Now second row seating in the MDX. Of course, let's talk bench seat. Now, I did say there was no armrest, but you can make this into an armrest for the MDX by the pulling of this little belt with cup holders. Pull this out. You can remove this whole middle seat by this little belt here near your legs. You pull that and this whole seat removes, creating a little aisleway to get to the third row seating. In front of the bench seats, USB-A plugins on the back of that center console with your 12 volt, okay? This is just a little cap. If you want to add any more accessories or any more buttons, you'd pull that cap off. Tri-zone climate control system here for the back seats. You can control your temperature and the flow of your air on and off, all right? In front of the seats, you get the 2 pocket spaces. Let's go ahead and do a space test. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches as mentioned. And of course, depending on who's sitting up in the front, if they're leaning back, you're gonna, of course, vary in space, but head clearance is there, legroom clearance is there. You can change the angle on this back bench, and you can bunny hop these seats forward. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. There's a button here, right? You're gonna press that button and it bunny hops forward so the people in the third row seats can get in and out and they're not, you know, yelling and screaming because you forgot about them. There's a button here also for the third row seats that they will press from the back row and they will bunny hop this seat forward. On the door panel, ambient lighting, same exact look coming in over from the front to the back. You got the sunshade I was talking about that's different from the RDX to the MDX. Let's go ahead and show you guys the third row seating. Entering the third row seating, everybody, let's go ahead and jump in. Pop this down when I show you guys the space. Let's go ahead and drop this seat back. All right, so it is going to be a little bit tighter. My head is touching the top ceiling. Take that into consideration, and the seats. Now I'm sure you can move these seats forward a little bit by the lever, but you're taking away from the second row, but you also increase the legroom on the third row, okay? Now, cup holders to your right and left. There are no USB plugins on the third row seating and no vents for your air on the third row seating of the 2023 Acura MDX tech package, okay? Now, as promised to everybody, we're going to be dropping that MSRP sticker. So here's the MSRP sticker to the 2023 RDX, all right? The price tag and everything that comes with it. Now, we couldn't get the MSRP sticker off the window to the MDX, but the price tag, the MSRP price tag to the MDX is $58,245, everybody, okay? Now, sorry we couldn't get everything exactly in this video for the sake of the time, but we truly appreciate you guys watching our channel here at Vagabond Builds. Comments, questions, concerns, leave in the comment section below. We'll try to get back to you guys as best as possible. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. God bless you guys.